Hello again. Today's subject can be again difficult for some of you, as I want to discuss the directions of current flow for particles with opposite charges. As most of you should know, according to the laws of physics, magnetic and electric field lines are directed from the positive poles towards the negative ones. In the case of magnetic field, the north pole is the positive one. In the case of electric field, positive pole is made of particles with positive electric charge. But in universe, magnetism and electric currents work together as electromagnetism. But there are a couple problems. When we hear the term electric current, we think mostly about the stream of electrons. And in universe, space is filled with negatively charged particles as well as the positive ones. And the charge decides in which direction those particles will move. So this image is not complete, as it shows only the direction in which protons will move. Now it is much more clear. We need to remember about this when we look at the directions of field lines in heliosphere or magnetosphere. This is how look the directions of energetic particles in the heliosphere. Of course, this is just the tip of an iceberg. When you will look at the current rings monitors, you will notice that the electrons rotate in opposite direction than protons. According to the monitors from ISWA, electrons at minus 22 kV spin counterclockwise, while protons at 22 kV rotate clockwise. The same directions are visible on monitors showing particles at minus 13 kV. Electrons counterclockwise, and protons clockwise. But you will have a surprise when you will look at particles with low energies. Because, for example, electrons at minus 1,7 kV spin counterclockwise, just the same as protons at 1,7 kV. Yes, it looks that at lowest energy bands, protons behave in the same way as electrons. What doesn't make sense? And you will see the same situation at all monitors which show lower energies than minus 8 kV, where protons visibly can't decide in which direction they should move. Of course, Most of scientists should ask why it is so. I would answer that it is simply another proof of the low energy field influence. When you will look again at the low energy protons, you will notice that the particle movements depend on the direction of this flux tube. And the flux tube is visibly rotating counterclockwise. To say it shortly, it looks that the electromagnetic field, which is influencing the solar system, is strong enough to make the particles with positive charge to move in direction which is opposite to natural laws. Small change of subject. Look at this air mass which is spinning counterclockwise next to Portugal. There would be nothing weird about it if not the fact that it is driven by pressure reaching 1014 hectopascals. Quite a lot for a low pressure system. Time to speak about my problems with the THEMIS readings. It looks that the most recent readings from the satellites which orbit the moon confirm perfectly my guess as for the location of the low energy field source. Around the evening 16th of June, moon moved out of the magnetotail, where the readings could be disturbed by the inner currents flows of magnetosphere. Those who watch my movies for a longer time know for sure that I'm tracking those anomalies on THEMIS P1 and P2 readings for a long time. Because P1 and P2 satellites orbit the moon, their readings are not disturbed by the magnetic field of Earth. By looking at the times when those anomalies were recorded, and they appear on those graphs almost every day, I can guess the possible location of the source. On the 17th of June, P1 craft started to record the anomaly at 16 UTC. P1 is represented here as red square. And this is its location at 16 UTC. White arrow shows in which direction it was moving when it recorded the anomaly. However, I have no idea if the sensor is turned in the same direction. As you can see, it simply can't be the moon. It looks that the satellite wasn't turned towards Earth or Sun neither. but by accident it was turned towards the same direction which I pointed out as the location of low energy field source. Okay, now you should ask me what with the second satellite. It should record the same anomaly. And it does. However, P2 is passing close to Moon at different time than P1, and it is moving in opposite direction. So, if the source of low energy field is placed in the direction which shows the P1 craft, the Moon won't allow the P2 satellite to record it completely, as it will stay on the way. P2 should start to record the anomaly just after it will pass next to the Moon. Before 21 UTC on 17 of June. It looks that those readings work perfectly with my 3D model. I wanted to speak about problems with those readings, but it seems that I don't have any problems. I've checked the graphs from April, when I think Earth and the source of low energy field were in alignment with the Sun. On 8th of April, P2 satellite started to record the anomaly at 22:30 UTC. P1 started to record the anomaly at 17 UTC. It looks that those directions don't fit perfectly to each other, but they might mean that we went through the alignment somewhere at this time. Okay, enough for today. Class dismissed. Peace.